Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Trinity Competitive Racing, TCR. It's Season 11 now, and we are back here in Season 11 for the first time with the Platinum class, the pinnacle of racing in this particular league. If you were to consider it compared to real life, I would say, this is F1, possibly, F2 and F3 for the other two leagues, because this one is running absolutely no assists whatsoever. All of these guys are also major big hitters, previous champions, previous TCR GP winners, you name it. There's lots and lots of great stats on this grid, and I am so happy to be back here once again in the booth. My name is BLIN-MACHINE. For everybody, if you're new, welcome to Trinity Competitive Racing. Welcome to Season 11. And Connor J-Loft, welcome back to another booth here with me. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Well, super excited. Really just, want to see what these guys are going to be doing. There's a little bit of a mix of strategies already going on. Look at Sequid. He's out there on a set of medium tires. Of course, Sequid is a huge name in Platinum class here in Season 10. He was the runner-up to the champion Kersey, who is no longer in the league. So, so much going on in here. I can't wait to talk about everything that's going on in Platinum class.
Absolutely, yeah. We got a few people missing this year, unfortunately. They decided they were going to take the season off. Maybe they'll come back next season as well. But with the guys that we have here and the new guys, I think we'll have a really fast class, especially with no assists. This really will show who has got the pace this year, who has got it for the short season of 11 races, Every race you have to be on it, especially in Platinum. You can't take 1 week off.
And we've got some very quick times on the board already. Tasmanian Devil there setting a 125.2 on the set of soft tires. Go-to guy with a 125.5. Mr. Joshua with a 125.9, all on the soft tires. And then Sequid sliding himself very nicely into fourth place provisionally right now. Only, of course, a few minutes into qualifying in this round one. But Sequid on a medium tire just bounced down there to fifth place by no other than Bambuki, who is actually the TCR Silver Class champion of Season 10 of last season. So welcome Bambuki to Platinum Class. Let's see what he can do here. And that brings me to a question here, Connor. What do you think in terms of, who's going to be the contender, or who's going to be maybe a surprise that we're not expecting in this class this year?
Surprise for me, definitely Stanley. The way he raced in gold last year, he had quite a few wins in Season 10. And he was right there for the championship, I believe, the most of the time. So, interesting to see what he can do, especially with him right now on the mediums. Again, you can't fault Sequid, runner-up last year, had some bad luck towards the end of the season. Didn't always go his way, but if he has the start of the season like he did last year, he could be in very strong contention. Taz, again, is another one. Last year, teammate with Sequid, now he's moved to the Red Bull. Maybe a different strategy for him. There's so many guys in here that you just cannot not give a chance to. Mebe, who, if I'm correct, in our one event where I showed up for preseason, he was absolutely flying on the ultimate strategy, and he started from the back. So, can't miss out on Mebe either.
No, you're absolutely right. There's just too many good names in here, too many good drivers, but also some brand new drivers joining Platinum Class and joining TCR in general. We've got Blackpaw 26, which we're watching right now. He is brand new to this league. We've got Random Sirius. He is brand new to the league as well. Is Ickle Bickle here? I don't see him on the list, but he was supposed to be here as well today. We've also got Vapor Assassin. I have seen him in a couple of other leagues that he raced at before, and I can definitely say that he's pretty quick, so I'm interested to see what he can do here. We've also got, who else here? We've got Flying Jipo, of course, coming over from Gold, being the Gold champion of Season 10, with 8 wins and 9 podiums to his name. That was absolutely incredible, and actually the 8 wins there was a TCR record for anyone in a single season. He pretty much won 50% of all of the races we had last season. That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. Just crazy to see what he did last year. Crazy to see what he's done every year. He's just gotten quicker every single season. And now making his way up into Platinum, this is really where it's going to be tough for him. And I want to see what he can do, because I really do think he's got the pace to withstand these guys that have been in here for a few seasons or are used to, you know, racing with no assist and that. It's probably going to take a little bit for him to maybe get used to, maybe a couple races, but I definitely feel like he'll be up there in the points for the majority of the races, because he's just that quick that you can't just put him out. The way he basically dominated gold, if we're being honest. He absolutely smashed it out of the gate and just had a huge gap. And now we're going to see what he can do.
Absolutely. I'm just really excited for this whole season, and this qualifying so far is going pretty well. A lot of people out on track. If you look on the track map, there's just so many cars out there, and now it looks like most of the drivers have decided to switch over to that soft tire, but Black Claw is just coming around the last corner of this track. It's a little bit of a tricky last corner, but then you've got this DRS, which he opens, flies to the line, and he's good enough for 16th place right now with a 1:27.795. So yeah, a little bit of more time possibly to gain there. FYKV jumped himself over to 3rd place right now provisionally, 1:25.6. That's incredible.
Bats had the fastest middle sector, but he got a really bad last sector. Oh, and looks like ZOR Mr. Joshua is around. But yeah, he had the fastest middle sector, but his last couple corners he just went really wide and couldn't get on the throttle early enough, so just missed his braking point. So interesting to see what he can do too, as I believe a new driver, if I'm correct.
That's right. Yeah.
Speed from a lot of the guys. Like this is definitely very close, because if you look at the gaps between everyone, I mean, 2.5 even to 17 isn't that bad, considering you know there's that much more time, and you think they'll probably get a little bit more. So if you could see the whole grid within 2 seconds of each other, that's really impressive for a strong field. And at the front, I mean, you're top 5 by 6/10. Top 10 is by just over 1 second. I mean, it's crazy.
Absolutely, and we've talked about a lot of these drivers. We've talked about some drivers we know, some of the new drivers, but I want to also introduce you guys to a little bit of a new name for the TCR League and the organization in general. But you might have already heard it, but we've partnered up with Sticky Fingers Canada to provide TCR with their own line of stickers, apparel, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff is coming up. But for now, we're starting things off with a few different options of stickers that you can get of the TCR logo in a bunch of different variations for Season 10, for Season 11 as well, for those who are new, or those drivers that want to get a little bit of a memorabilia from the Season 10 that we've had in TCR. That was such an incredible season. But for now, for this season opener for the whole week, we're doing a giveaway, so you can actually win a free whole sheet of 12 stickers of Season 11 TCR stickers. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like to this video, share it on either Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and make sure you tag TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing, in the post as well. And then just leave us a comment on the video and just let us know you've done that and you entered the draw. We're drawing off 3 sheets of stickers, so 1 for each video for silver, gold, and platinum class tonight. So if you like stickers, if you want some TCR stickers, definitely make sure you do those.
Damn right, yeah, you really should. I mean, you can't go wrong with some free stickers, especially for all you have to do is just subscribe, do a couple of things on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and the other thing with the comments saying that you've done it all. It really takes you like a couple minutes, but you could get some free stickers out of it.
And you don't have to share it on all your social media, just one of them. You know, you choose whichever one you want, just share it, tag us, and you're good to go.
Bing, bam, boom, and you might get some free stickers.
All right, let's
Yeah.
follow along here with Chatty Duck. He's out there for a lap of Bahrain. He's currently sitting in 5th place with a 125.7. Just finished Sector 1, and he is a 10th and a half down on his time. But now coming into this little bit of a tricky sector, I would say. Oh, and around he goes there. He spun the back of that car just a little bit too fast there in turn 8, and he didn't even get to the really tricky corner, which I was going to talk about, which is this one right here, turn 10. It's sort of a hairpin corner, but you come into it at a high speed just after you, go around turn 9 there, which is a little bit of a left-hand kink. And sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people might get caught up by this, but it catches you out quite often, doesn't it?
It really does. That corner is so hard because you're coming off of an angle where it's basically you're tilted at an angle through the first section of the S, and then you come around and it angles to the other side, and then it kind of flattens out, but there's a little bit of an angle as you go into the corner. So if you hit that corner not even a little bit late, and especially with these guys, no assist, so they don't have the line. They don't have like silver and sometimes gold will and gold does have if you want to. With them having no line, look how much harder it is for them to get in. They're having to brake and have a feel for it. But that corner just has such a weird kind of angle, I feel like, in the game, where you just feel like the car isn't settled properly. So when you go out of the corner and you try and accelerate with the throttle, you've got to be so careful. Otherwise, you will lose it. It's just that easy in that corner. Oh! Ooh, KGB.
All right. 4.5 minutes still left to go in qualifying, and we're watching as Mebi was about to complete a lap, but he's actually going to abort and go through on another set. FYKV is just coming around the last corner now. He's going to be running down to the line. He's currently in 5th. Let's see where this one puts him. He goes up to 3rd, 125.3. So he cut down only about a couple of tenths away from his previous best time, but still doing a very good job. Stanley, he is a brand new, well, not brand new, but he is another driver that's joining Platinum class for the first time, coming over from Gold. And we were talking about flying Jipo, who was the Gold champion last year, but look at Stanley, he was the runner-up. So we've got both the champion and the runner-up from the Gold Season 10 up in Platinum class in Season 11. How do you think that's going to shake things up, especially with the times they're posting right now?
You know what? I can't wait to see. We've got so much interesting stuff. I know it's just for one race, maybe Bamboo, maybe we'll do some more in the future, but we've got the Season 10 Gold and runner-up in this. We have the Season 10 Silver winner and runner-up in this with Pazrex as well, Pazrex. So you have, legitimately, if Kersey was here, you would have had every single champion from last year and runner-up running in this tier this year. So that just shows how much pace people really have gained in the off season. I mean, Bamboo, he's 7th place and he's reserving.
Yeah.
You got Stanley P9. You've got Crooner P15. Again, another guy that's and Flying Jipo hasn't set a lap yet, so not too sure what he's doing. Thinking, oh no, he's just gone out now. Okay, so he's finally coming out, so we might see him set a lap.
Well, I was going to say, not counting those reserves, though, this almost feels like this is the race of champions, you know what I mean? Because we've got champions from different classes within TCR. We've also got a couple of people who were either TCR GP winners or previous season Platinum champions. But you mentioned Kersey there, and I remember the little list that I made for myself for today of how many champions are not racing this season that were racing last season, and between 4 drivers, and we'll see if maybe you can figure them out, there is a total of 7 championships that are not here in Season 11 that were racing together on track in Season 10. That's incredible. So you named Kersey already. We've got one that's a huge name that you should know.
Oh, I know this. You know what? I'm not going to go by his real name. Let's see if people in the chat will know. We'll just say Mr. Threepeat. Mr. Threepeat. That's who we're missing.
Yes.
We've also got Sean, who is missing, who won in Season 5, I believe.
Absolutely, yep, and just one more.
We have Breezy.
That's right. Great job. Oh my god, there you go. You got all of them. So 7 championships between those 4 people that are not on track. Do you think that's going to make racing for the other people in Platinum Class this season easier, or is that going to be a lot of pressure on their back?
I think it's going to be more pressure, really, because with having the champions there, at least you know if they won, you know the pedigree that they have, right? Each of those guys have won, especially Seabreeze winning 3 championships. You had Kersey, last year's winner. You have Sean, who won in Season 5, and Breezy, who's basically won and been so close to winning a couple more times, too. So with all those guys missing, yes, it takes the element of that out, but it shouldn't take away from what these guys want. If these guys want to be the top, this is the year if you want to put it out there to say, I'm going to be #1 going into Season 12 if these guys come back. I'm not too sure what their plans are, but with that going into it, then you can say, okay, I'm now a champion. Whoever does it. And even if you win a few races, just set yourself up, give yourself a good run, and the seasons, it may look short, but honestly, it's long because every race is a 50% race. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Through one race, we've got Monaco in there, we got Baku in there, we got places like Russia and France. Like, we have so many tracks where it's going to be purely, it's just going to be racing. It's just all the tracks that you want to have quality races with the compactness of sometimes having the close walls, especially Monaco. Lesser with Baku. Baku's a little bit, easier than Monaco would be, but Baku's just as hard. And then you have our Skates Tour where we go to and Canada and Mexico, which is, the brilliant idea to do that with, and Brazil. You've got every track that deserves to be there.
Absolutely, and I was just going to say, Tasmanian Devil just improved his time. He is still on pole position with a 1:24.9. Go-to guy aborted his lap. Bamboo is the next guy who is going to be crossing here. He's currently, 7 seconds down on his time, so he's going to abort this one, and that's not going to work for him, unfortunately. Joshua is right behind him. He is trying to catch a little bit of slipstream behind him there as well, and he's going to make his way around the last corner right now. He's going to be coming up to the line, and he's aborted as well. He's going very slowly. So it looks like Tasmanian Devil is going to take the first pole position here in Platinum Class in round 1 of Season 11 with a 1:24.981. He was much quicker than that actually in Sector 1. He was 2.5 tenths up on his best time, but I guess he lost it somewhere in Sector 2 and 3. Sector 2 is much technical, very, very, very technical around this track, so it's definitely not going to be easy. But Tasmanian Devil on pole, Sequid in second place with a 1:25.283, maybe 1:25.321, good enough for third. Go-to guy is going to be in fourth, FYKV in fifth place, and Bamboo for his first showing in Platinum Class after, coming off a championship run last season in silver. Great qualifying for him in sixth place.
Absolutely, yeah. You know what? Everyone in this grid, and you know what? Someone to watch out for is basically anyone from 11th down, because they have the opportunity of going on the medium or hard tire, depending on what they want to do. The strategy will work out for them, because then they can do a one-stop if they want to. I do remember from our silver class that we had a few times where it helped out a couple people. They started at the back of the grid and ended up really high up. So anything really can happen in this race. It's a tight track. And with these guys having, again, no assists, this really, into turn 1, is going to be absolutely awesome. Because you don't know what you're going to get from it. Because the braking points aren't there. You don't really get to see it like you do in the other classes. So they're going to have to be very prepared, every single one of them on the track, 100%, no lack of focus, be in it, because, you can't win the race in turn 1, but you surely can lose the race.
Absolutely. And if you guys are just joining the stream right now, I do see quite a few people on stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, we really appreciate your support for the league. If you guys want to help out the league by purchasing some stickers, as I mentioned, you can go to the link in the description for the video to our shop and buy some TCR stickers. Or you can win a sheet if you like. As I've mentioned, I've seen a lot of people liking the video. So make sure you just share it out and then comment. And that gets you into the draw to win a free one, so definitely do that. But also, if you're just joining, we are here for round 1 of season 11 of Platinum class of Trinity Competitive Racing. We are at the Bahrain International Circuit in Sakir, the Kingdom of Bahrain. Sorry, not United, just the Kingdom of Bahrain. It's a 5.4-kilometer circuit, which is 3.36 miles. We've got 15 turns. We are running the regular track limits here tonight, as we sometimes do on certain tracks in TCR. You can check out the video on our website, or on our YouTube channel, about that as well. But we're going to be mainly watching for turns 2 and 10 for corner cuts, which is where you can gain a lot of time by going outside of the white lines of the track. And then we're going to be watching turns 13 and 15, where you can extend outside of the curbs on the outside of the track. So definitely try and stay away from those. But I'm going to run through the grid here quickly. It's Tasmanian Devil on first place on pole position, with Sequid in second, Maybe in third, Go To Guy in fourth, FYKV in fifth, Bamboo, as I've mentioned, with a great qualifying, in sixth position, Stanley in seventh, Joshua is going to be in eighth, TCR 007 Professional in ninth, Chatty Duck in 10th, Vapor Assassin in 11th, Bats Plus in 12th, Flying Jipo in 13th, KGB Black Angel in 14th, Random Serious in 15th, GTR Lion in 16th place, 17th is going to be Crooner, 18th is Warriorance, another new driver here tonight, first time in TCR, and Pazorus Rex in 19th, with Black Claw in 20th place, rounding up the grid. So right now, as it looks, most of the TCR existing drivers are towards the top of the table, with some of the newer drivers down below that 10th place. And as you mentioned, Kano, 11th and down have the option of running whatever tire they want. And look, everybody is elected to go for the medium except for Flying Jipo on the hard. That's going to be such an interesting... Yeah, I think that's going to be such an interesting call. But don't count out the fact that somebody on those softs might decide to go for a one-stop and switch over to the hard. So there could be a little bit of mix here as well. We've seen that last night in gold.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen that in all 3-2s, where we just had different strategies throughout the field. In gold, obviously, you had Perry the dog. I think he started on the mediums or hards, did a one-stop, and came to finish, I believe, third. And in silver, I believe it was Juan who did a medium to hard stand, or hard to medium, I can't remember. And there was one other guy, but I forgot his name, who did it too. And there was also a guy that did a soft to hard strategy. You have to get the softs, though, to about lap 9 in order to make the hards go that long, because with this track and the temperature, they use the tires a lot, and the speed you're going at, you're just draining those tires.
All right, everyone, get ready, get a drink, get a snack, get ready for this, because this is going to be an exciting one. Get ready for 29 laps at Bahrain. The lights are going on now. We're watching from on board with FYKV in 5th place. The lights go out very suddenly, and it looks like it caught some people out, but not Tasmanian Devil, who got a pretty good start, but Sequid is right on his back now. It looks like FYKV is making a move for 4th place. He was thinking about moving on maybe there, but not quite going for it yet. Looking back, there is a little bit of contact through a couple of cars there further back. I saw 007 getting caught up with somebody as well. Now looking for a Vapor Assassin, who's trying to make a move for 9th place on 007 here around the outside of turn 4. They go and into turn 5 and 6. Let's see how this is going to work out. They're going to be side by side with each other. There goes 007 a little bit wide through there. Jumping ahead there, FYKV and Stanley jumping on FYKV around the outside into turn 7 there and 8, and that was very close between those two. And Stanley is still right on the back of FYKV.
Yeah, it's so tight in this first lap. You can just see everyone locking up their brakes because they just don't want to get that damage. On this track, you get any slight wing damage, unfortunately, it really does hurt you here. Especially with the second sector where it's so technical. And Like the third sector in this one, you'll be okay, but if you get wing damage, that just into that second sector as it starts, it's just so technical that you just need every single part of your wing to get through it.
Look at this huge train of cars there all the way down from Mebi in third place to Go-To Guy, FYKV, Stanley, Bamboo, and Joshua, and Vapor Assassin. They're all right behind each other. It looks like something going on there. It looks like Tasmanian Devil. No, he's still in front. Sorry, it's just my graphic is having a little bit of its moment. Usually it happens on either lap 1 or 2, and we just started lap 2, even though the graphic says lap 3, so it will correct itself in just a moment here. But Tasmanian Devil still ahead with Secret right behind them, and as I mentioned, a little bit of a gap there to Mebi, and then he's got Go-To Guy and FYKV and Stanley and everybody else right on his back. Mebi struggling there with the soft tires right in the opening couple of laps here, so we'll see how this is going to work out, but what an incredible start, and overall pretty clean.
Yeah, I'm just having a little issue with my thing trying to get back to normal, so all the grid was going all over the place, so I wasn't sure what was going on. It looks like Blackhawk's off the pace a little bit too. He's lost quite a bit of time.
No DRS just yet, but we will have it enabled on the next lap. Watching Stanley here as he's trying to catch the slipstream of FYKV in front of him as we're watching from on board from Bambuki. It is a nice start so far, but only lap 2. As I mentioned, 29 laps to go, and also this is a track where safety cars are very common. We could also have virtual safety cars, which I personally absolutely despise, but you know, they're a part of the game, they're a part of the sport. There's nothing you can do about that, so you just gotta learn how to adapt to that and just plan around it. So mainly, I guess, I think personally that the really deciding factors in this is going to be the strategy and the overall pace of the race here. So far, you know, it looks like there's going to be a lot of battling in the midfield, especially all the way up to about 4th place, but Tasmanian Devil and Sequid doing a pretty good job of pulling away from the field in the early stages of this race already.
Agreed. It looks like they're about the same on ERS. Actually, not too close now. It looks like Taz has been using a little bit more when Sequit's had DRS. Sequit's not really been using his ERS at all. If I'm being honest, he hasn't actually used it at all. He's just been keeping it in. Oh, now he uses it. He wants to keep inside that 1 second gap, but he couldn't do it, so he's just going to save. Yeah, they pulled a little bit, but look at Mebe. Mebe's coming back now. I mean, Mebe is starting to pull back the gap just a little bit, but it is gaining Go-To Guys right behind him. But the problem with this track I found is you can't get close enough to someone unless you have DRS and they're out of ERS. If you still have ERS and you're smart with your ERS, it doesn't matter if you have DRS. You can hold them off, even on that main straight. You just got to play the angle correct. Give yourself the better line, let them try and take over you, and just set yourself up, because
oh, Ahas is off. Who is that? That looks like Random Serious is at a moment. And he's off, and now it looks like Warriorance is trying to make a move on Pazorus Rex in front of him. He's trying to line it up. Bambuki moves himself back up into 6th place where he started, so he lost that position briefly there for the first 3 laps, and then now he's recovered it back. Here comes the move from Warriorance right on Pazorus Rex, right around the inside into the next corner. There's also a move in front of them going on between GTR Lion and Crooner. They were side by side there briefly into turn 1. Oh, and the GTR Lion almost losing the back of the end of the car there as he comes off. It looks like Warriorance is off. Oh. No, Pazorus. It's Pazorus Rex. He is off, and he is into the wall, and he's out of the race. He spun himself around on the exit of turn 2 and virtual safety car. I was talking about it, and there it is, I guess.
Help Random. This will help Random very much. Especially with the virtual safety car coming out when he was in the pits. He'll save some time during that. But it looks like Warrior and Random Serious may have come together, because from what I was looking on the wings, Warrior's missing some of his wing on the left side, whereas Random Serious was missing on the right side. So I'm wondering if they had some contact between each other and ended up taking each other's wing off. I'm not too good from the horses then if that's the case, because that is your teammate. You don't really want to come together with your teammate.
Alright, we're 4 laps in now out of the 29 in this round 1 in Bahrain for the Platinum class of TCR, and there is battling going on all over the place. FYKV, Go-To Guy is going to jump into the pits. That's a very, very early pit stop, and there is Sequid and Tasmanian Devil into turn 1. Sequid trying to take it around the outside, and he will take it around the outside into turn 1 on the exit of turn 2, and he is up into first place. Tasmanian now is going to have to catch back up to him. Behind them, though, look at this massive train that's still going on all the way down from about Bamboo to Stanley and Joshua and Vapor and TCR 007. All of them are right behind each other in their slipstream, in the DRS zones. This is going to be absolutely incredible here.
So I know why Go-To Guy had to pit. We have 3 drive-thrus. One's for Random Serious, one for Mebe, and one was for Go-To Guy. That is why they had, I believe, Go-To Guy had to pit.
Oh, that is not going to help them out at all.
Nope, they've all got drive-thrus, so Mebe's got to serve his. I think that's why he's really pushing right now. He's trying to get a little bit of a gap because he knows where Go-To Guys come out in. So he's trying to kind of gap where he's going to come out, maybe, I think, around 15th, 14th, I think around there, maybe. Because obviously it's not going to be as long as a pit stop.
FYKV has gone off. He's lost the car. He's trying to rejoin on track, but he almost takes out Flying Jipo there for a moment. Oh, and he spun it around again. FYKV was having such a good race, and I think he's just lost a little bit of traction on the back end of the car as he was coming around turn 11 there, or turn 12, and just suddenly lost it for just a moment. That's super unfortunate for him. Down to 15th place now. Bamboo is down into the pits as well. I think he might have damage. Let's see if he's going to be changing his front wing or just the tires here. It looks like just tire change for him, and he's going on to the hard. So there we go. We've got our first taker for the soft to hard strategy. There goes Bamboo. He was in 6th place, but he's now down to 16th. So I think you're right. I think he did get tied up in that incident. And it looks like somebody else is off, and Joshua in the Mercedes has just had a spin right on the exit of turn 4 as well. So it seems to be a couple of problematic areas here on the track that are just catching people out.
Really catching them now. Mebe is absolutely flying. He is using every inch of this car right now because he knows with the stuff that's been going on that basically he might have actually been able to stay in the top 10 even though he has to serve his drive-thru, which he'll probably have to serve, I think, this lap or next lap. I can't remember. Usually gives you 3 laps, and I'm not too sure. When the VSC ended, I think he's got one more lap to come in and serve it, or this lap. But that's going to help him with everything that's gone on, with people that had to pit. At least, you know, it doesn't hurt him as much as, let's say, Go-To Guy and Random Serious is really going to hurt him, right?
Yeah, and this is just unbelievable because look at this right now. Tasmanian Devil catching up onto Sequid. Is he going to go for a move? No, not going to be. Oh, he is going for a move. Dive bombs it down into turn 1. Makes a bit of contact. That did not help him out at all. Luckily, no damage for either driver. But Sequid is now going to have a little bit of a gap to Tasmanian Devil to pull out. But no, it doesn't look like it. Tasmanian Devil is still keeping up with him. And look at this. It's Sequid in P1 right now, who was the runner-up last season, with Tasmanian Devil, who was P4 last season, with 1 and 3 no longer being in the season. They were the top 2 remaining.
Yeah, and they were teammates last year, if you remember correctly, for last season. They were both in the Mercedes, so now they're not teammates. So I think, Secret really goes deep. He goes off. I would definitely say you'd have to give a little bit there, but
Ooh, they're definitely pulling those tires. I'm not sure if they're trying to pull out that soft to hard strategy here tonight, or if they're just trying to pull off anything they can. I think maybe it could also be a game of whoever blinks first. Who's going to be the first one to take it? So this is just absolutely exhilarating right now. I am on the edge of my seat here, but in the meantime, look at this. There's another battle going on behind them. KGB Black Angel is trying to defend 5th position from Flying Jipo and Bats Plus. Bats Plus is a rookie to Platinum Class and to TCR in general, but he's doing a great job here tonight. Where did he start this race? Because I know he started a little bit lower down. Yeah, he started in 13th or 12th place, so he's currently running 5 positions up from where he was. Sequid is the first one to take the bullet. He's going to be into the pits from the race lead. He's going on to a medium.
I think he's doing a 2-stop where he'll go to the softs at the end. Those guys are so much faster than most of the guys in the first pack that I think they gained quite a bit of a gap where, you know, they can use that 2 stop strategy where basically you can fly throughout the whole race. Whereas Flying Jipo, I just have to say this. KGB and Flying Jipo and Pizzazz have had a brilliant start to the race, and they're up in the top 5, all of them. But Flying Jipo is on hard tires compared to these guys on mediums. In a couple laps, when those mediums really start to grain, his tires will just be coming into their optimal timing. He's really going to be one to watch for. And especially at the end if he goes mediums or if he goes soft. If he does one stop, and all these guys are doing 2 stops, he's in the perfect driving seat.
Sequid is trying to get some positions back after making his pit stops, currently in 10th position. Just overtook Go-To Guy. He's got Warriorins right in front of him. He's going to be trying to overtake him here, but this is a very swivelly, very dangerous section. Here's right on his back here. Make sure you don't know. I was just going to say, there goes a piece, and it looks like Go-To... no, that was a piece of Sequid's front wing, so that is not going to help out Sequid at all. He was just being too eager there. I was just going to say, you know, lay back, hold off for the straight, hold off for the DRS zone or something, and you're going to make it easier for yourself as TCR 007 now goes into the pits. But this is now going to give the advantage here, I feel like, to Tasmanian Devil. He hasn't lost much time. He's actually gained a little bit of time on all of the pack behind him while, you know, Sequid decided to pit, and now Sequid has lost the place down again. So this is going to be very, very dangerous for Sequid now.
Beautiful move from him. Beautiful move, though, to the outside, staying around the outside. Pulling the cup back, staying around the outside of him. Both guys giving each other space this time. And gets the move done and should be able to pull away a little bit here now because of the tire difference. But yeah, that wing damage, I mean, I don't think it'll affect him too much, but it will affect him when he has to pit. That 5 seconds he's going to lose or more will really hurt him. So we're going to have to see basically the best 20 laps out of him now for the rest of the race if he wants to do anything and catch back up to Taz. But it's a long race, anything can happen, and there's a yellow flag sector 3.
Yeah,
it's random serious.
Let's see if Tasmanian Devil is going to come into the pits now. Yeah. He's on lap 9, at the end of lap 9, still on those soft tires. He is coming into the pits, and this is where the race is going to be either won or lost for both him and Sequid.
I want to see what tires he's going. Hards,
I think. He is going to the hards. He definitely is. So he's going for the one stop with the hard tire. He's going until the end on this hard tire. Where is Sequid going to be while he is coming out? Sequid is trying to catch up on GTR. Tasmanian Devil is still going to be in the pits. So Sequid with the undercut, with the damage on the wing, is still managing to make it work for himself.
Random Serious has just stopped. Taz can't move. Oh, now he can. What the hell was that? That was just the weirdest...
I can't even see him. I'm still stuck on him in the pits, and now he's finally out. Wow, I have no idea what just happened there.
He's been held up there for about a good 10 seconds or more, because Sequid now has the biggest gap he could use, and if he wanted to, and he was smart enough right now, I think it's time to kind of just chill a little bit. Oh, Sequid. A little bit too much in there. He went over. I'm telling you, this is a really hard track to get the tire temps in. Such a hard track, especially with no line. You don't realize how hard it is for these guys. Like, it's hard enough with the line to keep it, especially through 10, 11, and 12. And then also through, I think it's turn 8 or 9. You just so many corners that you could lose it at. Even this corner, I mean, may not look like a serious corner to lose it at, but Albon lost it here, so anything's possible. Oh, and he's making a move on GTR line now. Inside, nice move.
And there's a nice little battle going on in front as well. Well, this is the provisional front right now, with KGB Black Angel, Flying Jipo, and Bats Plus battling it out for what is currently second position on track. But Vapor Assassin is still running out there in front on a brand new set, or not brand new set, sorry, the set that he started on of medium tires. So how long do you think you can take a mediums around here?
It depends. Like, these guys probably not as long as what we silver and gold could do, because, well, especially silver if you have the certain assists put on. But with the amount of lockups that I've been seeing from these guys trying to just basically push to the limits, probably lap 15. I think that he could probably do another 5 laps. Jipo could probably do another 10, I would say, and then come in for softs at the end. Yeah, I do think the mediums can do quite a few laps. I don't think they could do 20 laps, so I think 5 would be the maximum for the medium tires to last more.
So after that whole, after that whole situation that happened to the pits with Tasmanian Devil, now pretty much his only, wild card that he's got left is going to be his strategy, because he's on those hards, he's taking them to the end, but Sequit is going to have to make another stop most likely. He will not be able to do, what is it going to be, 20 laps by the time that he has to stop, or by the time that we finish the race, sorry, he'll have to do on the medium, so that's not going to work. But GTR Lion just overtook Crooner there for 6th position. Crooner is going to have the DRS on him, coming right back on him around the outside into the next corner. It looks like Crooner is going to come right side by side. Oh my god, I was just going to say that GTR is probably going to hold it off, but no, Crooner is fighting it back, and he gets the position back right before the entry into turn 5. Absolutely beautiful move there from Crooner, and this is a nice little battle. I always say that
and no wing damage though. That's
no
okay.
wing damage, just a tiny little touch there, so we're still good. Look at the front though as well. Nice little train here. Bats Plus, Flying Jipo, and Black Angel battling it out still for 2nd place here right now in this race. So Flying Jipo is on the hard tires. He started on them from the start of the race. Bats Plus and KGB are on mediums that they started on. This is going to be extremely interesting here, how these strategies are going to work out for them, because Flying Jipo can take it a few more laps, and then he's going to be on a soft. Can he possibly contend for the win here tonight?
I think he can, especially with what happened to Tasmanian, especially with what's happened to Sequit, especially with the other guys probably having to go to a different tire compound. Bax is going to the hard, so he's going to the end of the race now for sure. He's gone early. I would have probably tried maybe a couple more laps, but maybe he's thinking, okay, I don't want to lose too much time. Kuhn is in the pitch too. Definitely going to the hards too, so we got a 1 stop out of those 2. Taz has just passed both of them. So the gap to Sequit looks to be 13, just over 13 seconds to Taz from Sequit. So, depending on how this goes, Taz still does sit in the driver's seat for between those guys, but he's now 25 seconds off of the leader.
Yeah.
That's really hurt him. And it's not through any of his fault. It's not through... I can't even say it's through Random Sirius's fault, because he just retired in the pits, and usually your guy will go in the pit, just drive through, come out the other side, and then pull off into the grass. Yeah. This time it decided he's just, as soon as he left the session, it stopped. He didn't move.
I think, it reminds me of that situation. I think it was Michael Schumacher in Monaco when he set a really good lap time, and then he spun it around and just stopped right at the exit of the last corner and said that he broke down just so that nobody else could complete a lap. And that's sort of like that situation, except that in this situation, Random Series didn't really have control over what was going on. He was just deciding to retire in the pits, but that's what sometimes happens in this game, and definitely, this game has a lot of little glitches that come up, unfortunately, but it's a part of the sport sometimes. There's all these things that you cannot control, so we'll see how that ends up, if it does end up affecting anything at all, because it might not. So that's going to be an interesting one. But now, everybody who was running on those mediums from the start has pitted. Blacklaw is the last one to go in there. He set a hard tire for himself. So now at the front, we've got Flying Jipo ahead by 3.5 seconds, with his teammate Sequit right behind them. Vapor Assassin in third in his first race in TCR. TCR Platinum class in Season 11, doing an incredible job right now. Just switched up.
Provisional pole right now.
Yeah, he just put himself on a brand new set of hard tires, and he can easily, very comfortably make it until the end on that. So that's going to be a nice little contender there for the podium and for possibly even the win. Black Angel and Bats Plus battling it out here on the back straight. Let's see who's going to win this one out. Looks like KGB Black Angel is going to be the first one into that corner, and Bats Plus is down to 8th.
Interesting to see that KGB, even though he started on the mediums, has gone for the softs in sector 2. Oh, it's Black Hawk. He's gone around into the gravel, so unfortunate for him. But yeah, I'm not too sure on KGB's strategy. Maybe he's kind of thinking there's going to be a safety car at the end. He's definitely on the fastest tires right now, but this is really going to hurt him come later in the race. These guys will not, those tires will not make it to the end. There's not a chance. I think I got like 10 laps out of them, and I was one more lap and those tires would pop.
Well,
So
we're halfway through this race now, and if you look at the field, it's not very spread out. Mebby is just retired, but he's retired in the pits though. But what I was gonna say there, you know, yeah, it looks like there's a couple of big gaps there, Sequid and Vapor Assassin, but if you equal everything out based on strategy, everybody's going to be very, very close when everything is said and done in the later stage of this race, when everybody's made their stops and they just got to make it back to the line. But we are now halfway through, as I mentioned, so another good chance for me to mention a couple of things. First of all, affiliate sponsor Fanatec. Check out the link in the description there if you want to support the league, or if you need some equipment, you can buy yourself some equipment and also help us out in the process. And obviously our new merchandising partner, Sticky Fingers Canada, and I'm gonna mention the giveaway again. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in, seeing some likes on the videos. Make sure you also share the video on one of your social medias, either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Tag TCR, and that will enter you into the draw for a free Season 11 sticker sheet. So definitely do that. But thanks again to everybody who's watching, because that's incredible to see. Every week we get a lot of viewers on all of our videos, and it's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for your support, and keep it coming. Keep those comments coming as well. I see so many people here today, a lot of good names as well. Steven Jones, Jose Julio, who I've seen for the last couple of races. He's really been usual now. Of course, Seafreeze is watching. He's not racing, but he's watching, so I'm sure he is really, really interested in how this one's gonna end up. But right now, Tasmanian Devil has made himself all the way up back to 5th place. He's right on the tail of 007. He does not have to make any more stops. He's got 1 lap fresher tires than 007, so he's in a pretty good position. But there's a couple of people that I still gotta mention: Flying Jipo, Vapor Assassin, and obviously Sequid. You know, those 3 guys, I have no idea which way this is gonna go right now.
I think Sequid's kind of the odd man out, if I'm being honest, and KGB, because they're gonna have to pit again. If somehow Sequid can take these tires to the end, that literally would be unreal. But I've seen crazier things happen, so we'll have to see. As for the guy that really was on the best strategy, and I know it happened because Taz had that issue, but Vapor Assassin is on the freshest tire out of everyone. On the hard tires, he's not stopping again. And he's flying right now. He's actually, I think he's going faster than Taz is, but Taz just making a move on.
Yeah, he just made the move. He's up into 3rd place, while in the meantime, Flying Jipo has made his stop, and he switched over to a brand new set of mediums, and he's going to come out around 11th or 12th place. 11th is going to be the place for him. 007 is trying to make a comeback on Tasmanian Devil there. He was thinking about for a moment, but didn't quite work out. So now, this is going to be between Tasmanian Devil and Vapor Assassin. They are pretty much the 2 in the best positions right now for the win. Vapor has 4 lap younger tires, so he's got a 4-lap advantage pretty much on tire wear, and well, pretty much, you know, on pace as well. So This is going to be extremely close, and Tasmanian Devil is not somebody that you can just, you know,
No.
put up a challenge to. He will put it right back up to you, so it's going to be very interesting. Watching a little bit of a battle going on here between Stanley and Bamboo. They both got DRS, but Stanley got the better exit out of that corner, and he's going to overtake Bamboo there around the outside as they're coming in now into turn 11.
You know what? I'm a little bit surprised that Jipo came in that early, but I understand because everyone was starting to catch him, and he would have come further down the grid. But looking at it, it looks like he might only make up a total of maybe right now on like with people pitting 3 positions because you got Sequit, Fike, and Stanley probably having to pit one more time as he's just about to make a move on Joshua there. So let's see what he can do. Both have DRS.
Here comes Jipo down the inside into turn 1 on the straight. They're still side by side. They're going to be very, very close. Jipo is going to have the inside line. He keeps it for now, but I think, oh, Joshua just lost the car there on the exit. I don't know what happened, but he just completely lost it under throttle, and he's going to have to make up that time now. So Flying Jipo back up into 10th place, back into the points, but he's going to have a lot more work to do. He's now got Bamboo in front of him, and he's going to have a lot more people to overtake before we are done with this race in 11 more laps. But this is a very long one. Even saying 11 more laps, that's quite a bit of a distance that we still got to go. So anything could happen. We could have a safety car, we could have an incident, we could have something that we cannot really predict right now. So let's keep on watching here. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button, leaving some more comments, and again, thank you everybody to everyone who's watching. Sorry, I can't even talk right now. I am so excited in this first race. It's only round 1, but I can already see that this is going to be such a close season.
Ooh, Jipo had to actually back out a little bit. Bamboo went in a little bit hot. Really had to put on the brakes and kind of mucked up Jipo a little bit. But it looks like, if I'm correct, Flying Jipo is almost running on the red for fuel already, so he's having to be very careful with that.
So as it stands right now, oh, there's a battle going on between FYKV and Stanley down into turn 1, Bamboo, and now Flying Jipo down the inside on Bamboo. Let's see if he's going to be able to keep this one. They're going to be side by side. A little bit of a glitch there, and Flying Jipo managed to get the position in front of Bamboo. Stanley, though, and FYKV still side by side. A little bit of contact there, but they're making it nice and clean, or as clean as they can. Wow, this is incredible battling. And just to imagine that all of these guys are running no assist, no line, no ABS, no traction, no nothing, and they've just got their own, you know, wheels and controllers and their own hands to control of this. Incredible, absolutely incredible racing.
Someone's keep an eye out for his KGB on those softs, just to see what he could do pace-wise. He's really caught up to cut the gap down to the top 3 basically, and Taz is basically just sitting behind Vapor thinking, I got time to make the move, but he don't want to make it too long because his tires are starting to come into it now. Let me see who's spun. I don't see anything.
So out in front, Vapor Passassin in his debut in the TCR Platinum class is currently leading the race. Does not have to make any more stops, but he's got Tasmanian Devil, the P4 from Season 10 of Platinum class, chasing him down with 007 in 3rd place, chasing both of them down. He's on the much older tires, though, than Vapor. He's only a lap older tires than Tasmanian Devil. And then, as you mentioned, KGB Black Angel, he's still got 9 more laps to go, so I really don't think he'll be able to pull off 14 laps out of a set of softs. But if he can, that will be a legend for the TCR books right there, no matter what position he ends up in at that point in time, honestly.
See, interesting to note, Sequit went in the pits out on the softs, and he's already got past Joshua, so he's going to be a man on a mission right now. He's got 16 seconds to the leader. You know, anything can happen. The one thing you don't really want is a safety car when you have like about 5 or 6 laps on those softs. It's just going to hurt those tires. Whereas if you got a safety car right now, oh, he's sitting pretty. but I want to kind of see what his pace would be pushing it. And the same with Flying Hippo too, because he's still got KGB to pit, so that puts him into a top 5, and he's catching bats anyway, so that could be, this could be top 4 for him. Brilliant from basically the 13th on the grid on the hard tires. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant strategy from Flying Hippo.
Well, only 8 more laps to go now as we're watching Tasmanian Devil very closely following Vapor Passassin, but not really making any moves now, and Tasmanian Devil is known for being very, very patient and very planning with his moves, so we will keep an eye on them. Down the grid we've got 007. Oh, we've got Sequit now battling it out with Bamboo, and he has made up the position, so he's now 6th on track. It looks like KGB Black Angel has now pitted, and he's going to be coming out in 13th place, so he's going to be far down from the rest of the guys there, and he doesn't really have anybody in front of him that's going to have to pit again, so I think this is it. I think the pit stops are done. We're going to see all of these guys bringing it until the end. Possibly maybe Bamboo might have to stop again, but he's on the hard tire, so with a hard you can possibly make it work for a couple more laps as opposed to. Go-to guys now lining up on Joshua here on the back straight. Onto the exit of turn 10. He's going to go around the outside and up into 8th place he goes.
Good move. I just want to make a note what you were saying about Bamboo. For being a silver driver, to qualify 6th, and then in the race, might I add, these guys are using no assist, so in silver there's different rules, we can run certain assists, so if he's running no assist and he's doing the exact same, and to run 7th, what pace he had. But we didn't really get to see that pace in silver because he got into an incident, and then I think he retired early or something happened. So really, we're seeing true pace out of him, and to see him in the top 7 in Platinum is absolutely brilliant. So well done to him.
And somebody in the comments, it was Stephen Jones, that has said it would be good to see if Taz is saving ERS for the end of the race. So guys in the comments, we hear you. We read your comments, so keep them coming. So here you go. Here's the telemetry is up on the screen, and I'll tell you what, you're absolutely correct, Stephen Jones. Tasmanian Devil is saving up his ERS. He's got 64% right now. He's not using it. He's just using his DRS. He's probably also saving some fuel so he can really put on an attack and then pull away from Vapor, because around this track and around any track really, it's not just overtaking. You also got to get out of a 1-second gap, because if you overtake and then you get on the back straight and you get re-overtaken again, you're going to be wasting a lot of energy. You're going to be wasting fuel trying to recover those positions back. So right now, Tasmanian Devil is really doing an incredible job just keeping it back, keeping it, you know, nice and calm and committed. I'm sure he will be able to finish in a really nice position here today. It's either going to be 1st or 2nd for him, but it will be interesting to see when he decides to pull that trigger.
The problem is for him is he knows Vapor has younger tires, so even if he does get by him, even if Vapor doesn't have a ton of DRS, he still has enough with DRS where he can really kind of catch him out. So Taz needs to kind of take it easy like he has been, but his tires are starting to fall off a little bit. You can see he's losing a little bit through this middle sector where he loses a little bit of time and then gains it back up, but it's just a little bits of where you can feel the tires going a little bit more than Vapor's have, because there's a four lap difference, right? The tire life in 4 laps is humongous. 1 lap is a little bit, but 4 laps is absolutely humongous. And Secret's got through Flying Jipo. I don't know if that was just team orders there, if you just let him go, but Secret is on a charge. I don't think he'll catch up to the top 3, but anything is honestly possible, especially with the pace he is going at right now. Goes a little bit wide, but he's already taken, in about 3 laps, he's already taken out about 4 seconds. So he needs to continue about 2 seconds a lap if he wants to get up there. and I just don't think they have the tire life for that.
Oh, I think he's gonna go for the move now. Here he goes. Oh, Assassin moves a little bit there to block the move, but Tasmanian is up ahead into the lead of the race. Vapor is now into second, but he's super close, right behind Tasmanian on the exit of turn 2. He's gonna have the DRS now, and let's see how this is gonna work out. But Tasmanian just decided to pull the trigger out of nowhere. I think he surprised Vapor and definitely surprised me there. Vapor almost smashes into the back of Tasmanian there under heavy lockup into the braking zone of turn 3, and now into 4, 5, and 6 they come. This is an incredible race, and now it's really heating up here. Vapor has younger tires. He's got 4 laps of an advantage on the tire compound. He's only half a second behind. We've got 5 more laps to go. Do you think Tasmanian pulled the trigger too early?
I do. I think it's a little bit early, but honestly, I think it was the right decision from him. It's going to be on Vapor now to keep with the gap with these younger tires than he has, and to gain some ERS right now, because Taz has about 38 and he has 6%. He has absolutely 0 ERS. Taz obviously is deciding not to use it, and if Vapor is smart and he saves his ERS, he could actually gain a lot of ERS and then make a move later on when the tires really have gone from Taz. Because these tires are going to go off a little bit. And Vapor looks like he's going to have, you know, by the end of this race, Taz is going to be at 18 laps and Vapor's going to be at 14. That's a huge difference. So
Absolutely.
Vapor just needs to take it safely, take it
Oh,
smartly.
Vapor almost losing the car. I think, you know, sometimes when you're leading the race and then you get, you know, overtaken by your contender, it puts so much pressure on you, and then you try to recover that position maybe a little bit too quickly, and I think that's what Vapor Assassin is doing right now. So if he's listening or if he's watching, I would say, you know, just take it easy for 2 laps, and then you've got 2 more laps until the end where you can really push and put on that attack, because if he loses out of DRS zone right now, that's going to be game over him. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on this, because this is the battle for the lead. This is what it really comes down to. And Vapor Assassin, what an incredible debut in any league this is. Absolutely incredible job.
Lots of good performances from a lot of people today. You can't knock out Secret either, because I mean, he's had to come back. He hasn't even changed the wing damage, so he's stayed out on track. He's get pitted, but he has not changed that wing since the beginning of the race. I'm very impressed with what he has done, especially with not having, you know, taken that time, the 5 seconds to get the wing damage. Really makes a difference.
If you guys are just joining now, it's lap 25 of 29, and we've got a massive fight going on here between Tasmanian Devil and Vapor Assassin for the lead of this race. Oh, there we go, Tasmanian, locking up a little bit. Vapor, though, is right on his heels, but still, he just can't close up. He's using too much ERS, and I feel like he's wasting it right now, too, which is definitely not the right thing to do.
He's been on 5% the whole time. He just needs to take 1 lap.
Yep, with no ERS deployment whatsoever.
Almost gets a little bit too much on the curb. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. He had the smarts to kind of keep it, but now he's been pushing so much.
Oh, Flying Jipo and Bats Plus made a big contact there, but Flying Jipo, he was just about to get 6th position, and Bats Plus making, he was about to get 5th position, but Bats Plus is going to keep that one for now because of that big contact there. Luckily, no damage for anyone, but that was wheel-to-wheel action at its best, really. They came right wheel-to-wheel there.
Yes, they did, and you know what, watching this battle up front, he's starting to listen to us a little bit. He hasn't used all his ERS straight away. He knows he's still in the gap. He's just got to stick behind him and basically use this as the time to kind of, okay, I've got 3 laps, about to come on to 2 laps to go. I don't need to use ERS right now. I need to save. Make sure I'm staying in the gap. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But get yourself more ERS than him. Because he's got 38%, you've got 22 now. That's a huge difference. He's having to use his ERS. You aren't.
Exactly.
You can keep that ERS. You can keep behind him. Look, he's staying behind him now. Both guys aren't using ERS right now. this is what I wanted to see from him about 3 laps ago when he had the newer tires.
Absolutely.
He could have gained about 50-60% ERS, or at least 40%, been right where Taz is, and made a charge whenever he needed to. You know, he could have just sat behind him till the last lap, made sure, okay, I don't want to pass him yet. I want to make sure I don't give him an opportunity to get me back before the end of the race. That's how you got to do it, especially when penalties are not going to affect this race, because this is how it should be.
There we go. So yeah, he's gonna have 2 more laps to go when they cross the line. He's up to 33% ERS now, which is much better. Tasmanian is at 40%, so they're much closer, at least, on the ERS numbers now. The only advantage that Vapor has on top of that is obviously the DRS that he's got on top of his saved up battery. So now this is the time where maybe you save up for another half a lap or so, and then you put on an attack. Get a good exit out of that corner, out of corner 10 onto the back straight.
Yeah, maybe use a little tiny wingy bit just to get that gap a little bit closer. But 25%, he's going to go back up to about 30. Yeah, they're about the same now. So this is where you really think, okay, I'm just going to sit behind him this lap. And on that straight, I'm going to dump all that ERS to make sure I make the move on that, either the front straight or the back straight. You cannot hold it any later than that, because it's just going to be so hard to get, like this little, you know, the little back section where you get the little DRS through here, outie, when you get on the back straight, excuse me, it's not long enough to make a move unless you're really on the gearbox of someone. So your main 2 chances is going to be the main straight, and then out through turn 1, 2, and 3, up that straight into turn 4, if I'm correct. That is the only way you're going to make a move, unfortunately, but it looks like he's just a little bit too far back. But he does have a lot of ERS.
Yeah, he's been really saving it up, and he's keeping within the same gap. He's not losing any time. He's not really gaining. There's some corners where he gains a 10th and then he loses that same 10th. So this is where it's going to start getting really interesting. He just used a little bit of his ERS, getting him into the last corner here, onto the DRS straight on the start-finish here. Let's see what's going to happen. There's a yellow flag for AlphaTauri in the second sector briefly there, but it's all good now, and let's see. He's going to be using everything he's got. How close can he get to Tasmanian Devil here on this last lap? How much is he going to have left? So he's down to about 4/10 now. He's not going to have too much time left, or too much ERS left. Tasmanian is way down though. He's got even less now. So let's see. Vapor is going to use some of it right now. He's also going to use a DRS. He's going to get very close to the back of Tasmanian Devil now on this last lap. Lap 29 of 29. This is it. This is what it's going to come down to. It's incredible that this is the sort of action that we're having just in round 1. And one of the people involved in this action is a brand new driver to the league. That's exactly what we like to see in a brand new season. Now he's about 5/10 behind, 4/10 behind. He's still keeping within it. He's got a little bit of ERS and DRS to use. Looks like Bambuki has retired in the pits. Here comes Vapor. Let's see if he's going to have enough. Oh, Tasmanian has DRS on the car in front, so that is very crucial for him. And they're going to go side by side there. Vapor was really sending it down the inside of that corner, but didn't quite work out for him there. It almost ended up really badly for both of them, but for now, Tasmanian Devil is still in front. Let's see if Vapor is going to be able to close on him on this last little straight as they're going to be coming into the last corner. He's using his overtake, he's using everything. I don't think it's going to be enough, and that means Tasmanian Devil is going to round up the last corner. He's going to bring it to the line, and he will be the winner of round 1 in season 11 of Platinum class. But Vapor Assassin, what an incredible performance going into this race. First race in his career in TCR, and he's on the podium with 2nd place. 007 in 3rd, rounding up the podium. Incredible performance from him as well. Sequid in 4th on those soft tires towards the end. Make that work. Bats Plus, another brand new driver, getting 5th place. That's a nice heap of points for him. Flying Jipo in 6th, Go-To Guy in 7th. Joshua is going to be in 8th, KGB Black Angel in 9th, and FYKV is going to get the last point on this grid.
You know what? What a race. We got a little bit of time before Crooner comes across the line. Not too sure what happened with Bamboo, and I've seen Kruna go off, but I'm not sure what happened to Bamboo. He got a 10-second time penalty. Must have just... He had 21 laps on those hard tires. They must have just gone off. But what a race from our top two. The whole field was absolutely brilliant, but that last, basically 10 laps, Taz was just biding his time, and we all thought it was a little bit early, but it worked out to actually work out to be the right time. But he did get bailed out by the AlphaTauri giving him the DRS. I think the AlphaTauri should just have got out the way and let them race. It kind of, honestly, it took away from what was a chance for Vapor to actually have an opportunity to pass him. He had to go for basically a late move to try and see if he could, but it just never was going to work. And that DRS basically saved Taz and we don't know what would happen if he didn't have DRS and Vapor would have. But you know what? Still a brilliant performance from both of those guys. So fantastic to see. Brilliant.
And
from,
Tasmanian Devil spraying the
007.
champagne on the top step there. Absolutely, fully deserved. And just to run through everybody here again, so it was Tasmanian Devil, Vapor Assassin, and 007 in first, second, and third place. You just saw them on the podium there. Sequid in fourth, so still managed to recover after a two-stop strategy where everybody around it was on that one stop, so still making it work and also getting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:28.1. Bats Plus in fifth, Flying Jipo in sixth, getting driver of the day. Go-To Guy in seventh, Joshua in eighth, KGB Black Angel in ninth, FYKV got the last point from this race, Stanley in 11th, GTR Lion in 12th, Warriorins in 13th, Chatty Duck was in 14th place, and Crooner in 15th. Everybody else did not finish the race. Bamboo, Blacklaw, Mebi, Random Series, and Pazorus Rex were the 4 DNFs, mostly just in the pits, but that was still an absolutely unbelievable race for round one or for any round of any season. I think this would have been absolutely unbelievable, and I cannot wait to hear from our drivers in the post-race interviews. So, Kano, if you can, go ahead. Go ahead and invite them in, and we will hear from Tasmanian, Vapor Assassin, and 007 Professional. Wow, what a race. I mean, that was incredible. We had pretty much everything you could ask for. We had some really good battling. Overall, an incredibly clean race. No safety cars, just a VSC, a couple of yellow flags here and there for a couple of spinners. But other than that, we didn't have anything major going on.
No.
But the battling was unbelievable, just everywhere we looked. And then towards the end of the race with Vapor Assassin and Tasmanian, wow, I'm just wow.
You know what, this has to be, throughout all three races were absolutely action-packed, full of passes and moves, full of action, full of everything. All three tiers have done a brilliant job to start the season. Our commentary has been absolutely phenomenal too from everyone. So really good job for the first week of Bahrain. Really giving the people that are watching on our channel really good racing. You know, really giving everything for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody who's watching, by the way, a couple of notes. If you guys want to race with us, if you are a sim racer on F1 2020, make sure to check out the link in the description to our website, where you can find all the details on how you can join our Discord and sign up to race with all of these guys in Trinity Competitive Racing. Another reminder, of course, again, about Sticky Fingers Canada, who's doing our stickers for TCR. You can win a free sheet if you liked this video, if you left a comment on it, and if you shared it, tagging us on one of your social medias, either on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, whichever one you like. And we will be drawing off those free stickers tomorrow night around 8 p.m. and we will post it on all of our social medias to let you know who the winners are. So definitely make sure you enter those. You can enter on any one of the three videos, either silver, gold, or platinum, whichever one you like, or all three of them if you want to increase your chances. And other than that, you can also see the link in the description to this video to go into our TCR shop. But now it looks like we've got some of our drivers here in the lobby with us. I saw Tasmanian, I saw Vapor Assassin. Do we have 007 as well?
I did invite him. He hasn't joined just yet, so...
Okay, no problem.
maybe
So
get
in the
into
meantime, let me talk to one driver that I'm really interested to hear from, and that's Vapor Assassin. So first of all, Vapor, welcome to TCR, welcome to Trinity Competitive Racing, welcome to Platinum Class. You had a little bit of an experience with these drivers and with this group in preseason where you definitely showed a lot of potential, but tonight you absolutely blew it out of the water. I mean, for me personally, you did a Max Verstappen here, even though you didn't win the race, but for, you know, to lead the race, to almost win it towards the end there as well in your first race in this league. Absolutely incredible. Congratulations on P2. Congratulations on the podium. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I would have told myself I would have gotten P2 at the beginning of that race. I would have pinched myself to see if I was dreaming. But what a race. I mean, at the end I was really stressed out. I was shaking, but I was just trying to keep it together at the end. And I mean, it was a great race from start to finish. I did my best I can. I saw a few little spins ahead of me, so I took advantage of what was given. And yeah, I mean, like, I just tried my best there, and I don't know what happened ahead of me, but as I don't have their perspectives. But yeah, I mean, that was my first race with no racing line.
Yeah, and
preseason.
And one thing you really pulled off extremely well here tonight, which I think put you into that amazing position towards the end of the race where you had that battle with Taz. So that was your strategy. So tell us about, you know, your strategy. Did you sort of work that out coming into the race? Was it something that you were planning for, or did you sort of play it during the race depending on the situation? You ended up with much fresher tires towards the end. So how did you make those work?
I mean, yeah, in the start of the race, I was planning on mediums, hards all the way. I mean, it's just the superior strategy, even if it's going to cost you some track position. But going into the quali, I just did an out lap on softs, standard fuel mode, all that. Came back in, waited for a bit, did the mediums, bottled that. And went back out on the softs for the final lap and managed to get P11, which in my mind is really lucky, as you get fresh tires, and I got mediums because, well, you get a free set of freshes you pick.
Yeah, no, incredible. And just last question there, in terms of your battle with Tasmanian Devil at the end, you know, that was super exciting from where we were sitting, watching you guys for probably the last 9 laps or so, just battling it out and staying so close together. Once he overtook you there was a moment where, you know, myself and Kano in the commentator booth, we felt like maybe you were pushing a little bit too hard for the first couple of laps after being overtaken. That sort of hurt you in terms of ERS saving. What was going through your mind there? You know, was it just the pressure of being overtaken? Were you just trying to get that position back too quickly, or was that sort of part of the plan as well? What was going on there?
Oh, I mean, after I was overtaken, I was just like, I can keep on doing this. I can keep up, save my ERS a bit, do a bit of a limitless, and try to overtake him on the final lap of the race on the straightaway, but sadly that didn't work. I got very close at the back straight, but he got DRS from a lapped car, so
Well, Connor, did you want to ask him any questions, by the way?
Yeah, no, just wanted to say brilliant performance for your first race. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I think that AlphaTauri kind of maybe cost you a chance at the win. We wouldn't have been for sure because Taz had quite a bit of ERS still for that main straight. It's really hard, but you know what? P2 from P11.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be very happy about that.
Exactly. Your first race, no assists, you're doing it yourself, you're out there, you start 11th, you stayed clean throughout the race, you just did your strategy. We really didn't talk about most people for the start. You were like a little bit talked about because we seen you making moves, but as soon as you got up to the front and Taz had his glitch in the pits, which I really want to ask him about.
What happened to that? I didn't know that.
Basically, so Taz was coming out the pits. Haas was in front of him, retired.
Oh,
and he left the session.
We'll get
to that in a second. Yeah,
yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
But Taz has a little bit different story, but ours on our screen was different. But we'll let Taz tell it because it is quite mind blowing. But yeah, absolutely brilliant for you getting second. Wonderful job, and keep it up for the season.
Thank you. I'll do my best. France is a good track next race.
All
That
right.
is true.
Congratulations again to Vapor Possession, and now I want to, before we get to Taz, I want to jump quickly to 007 Professional, because I did see him join in the lobby in the Alfa Romeo number 2 car, doing a very nice job here tonight. So 007, you sort of came into the podium positions right towards the end there, and again I felt like your strategy really worked out to your advantage. So tell us about the race from your perspective, and what do you think really worked? Like, what helped you get to the podium tonight?
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm honestly surprised to be here in the commentary booth on the podium. I did not expect it at all. But yeah, at the start of the race, I had a pretty bad qualified P9, I think. Had a clean start and just stayed consistent, stayed clean, stayed out of trouble. There was a few cars went off the first few laps, and then after the VSC, I think there was another 2 cars around turn 12 or 13 that went off, and so those were free positions. The original strategy was to do a soft, medium, and then after the cars went off, and I didn't even know what position I was in, I was just driving. I decided to do the soft to hard, so I pit on lap 8 and came out in a whatever position. Then with about 10 laps to go, I realized, oh, I'm in P4, and then eventually P3. So I was, just kind of surprised at the result today. And I drove well. I think didn't really have the pace to fight Vapor and Taz. I stayed with them for quite a few laps in the DRS train, but once I got out of DRS, there was no hope, and they just bolted off, and I just kind of sat back and cruised to P3. Saw Sequit behind on the soft tires, but I wasn't worried about him at all because I knew those tires were going to die off, which I assumed they did because he was fending off bats towards the end at the line. So I'm actually pretty thrilled to, start the season with the P3.
Yeah, incredible, and coming very, very close to basically your best finish from last season, because your best finish there was second. Do you think you can get a win in season 11? Would that be possibly on the books, considering everything?
Honestly, probably not. I think there's much quicker drivers on the grid. The 2 in front of me tonight are extremely quick. Sequit also is very quick. There's too many guys, I think, that are quicker than me. I'm getting old. I've turned 29 tomorrow, so I've lost that young speed I used to have.
Oh, wow. Happy early birthday. Well, in a few hours, basically.
And exactly, in a few hours. It's a good birthday present, to do P3. But, yeah, I don't think a win's on the cards. If people crash in front of me, then sure, I'll take it. But on outright pace, no, probably not.
All right. And, Connor, did you want to ask any questions from P3 here tonight?
No, just again, you basically said it brilliantly. Basically just congratulations on your podium. Obviously you're our silver commentator master, so gotta give you some respect for, you commentate for us, we commentate for you, so hopefully me and Blin next week can be in the booth after our race.
Yeah, you guys will be on the podium, absolutely. I'll pay off the other drivers, and you guys no problem at all.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, I definitely like that. But yeah, congratulations again, 007 on P3, and good luck for the rest of the season. Let's see you get up there again.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that then leads us to only one other person that is left here tonight, and that is Tasmanian Devil on P1 with the win. Tasmanian, first of all, just to make sure, as I'm not mistaken, you're in the Red Bull, is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Perfect. Okay, well then, after we've gotten through that, congratulations on an incredible win, and honestly, you had to battle your way through so much here tonight. When you came over to being right behind Assassin, I honestly didn't know if after all of that you would have, enough in the tank there to win, but obviously incredible performance, great drive towards the end there. You pulled the trigger on Vapor Assassin really at a moment where nobody was expecting it, and you made it work until the end there. But obviously the biggest question right now that is on everybody's mind, and definitely on Connor's mind, is what happened in the pits there from your perspective. What was going on?
Yeah, well, before I get into that, I just want to say congratulations to Double Professional and Vapor Assassin. And happy early birthday, Double Professional 29. That's wow.
I know it's old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that is a good birthday present, I guess.
Absolutely.
But going on to the whole pit lane thing. Basically, I came into the pits. I think it was lap 9, and there was a Haas in front of me going in. So I was like, okay, should be all right. I won't get held up because his pit lane is further down. So yeah, we both do our pit stops, and I'm like right behind him. And then at the end of the pit lane, his car just stops. And I see at the bottom of the screen, like, this person has retired from the session. So I'm like, alright. So I'm just sitting there for like 3 seconds. He's like, okay, I should be gone any second now. And I'm here for like 10 seconds. I'm like, okay. I'm starting to get a little pissed now because I'm just seeing cars fly by on the street, and I thought I was gonna lose the win there. So yeah, I mean,
sounds like a roller coaster of emotions. So how did you manage to get back into the win after all of that?
I mean, it eventually got out the way. So, and I realized I wasn't too far behind professional. So I was like, okay, it shouldn't be too bad. I thought I'd be able to get on the podium, but not the win. So yeah, a few laps later, I was able to get him once he slipped out of Assassin's DRS. And I noticed that Assassin was low in his DRS, so I just sat behind him and saved some fuel. And yeah, when I felt I was ready, I went to overtake him.
Wow, great job. Yeah, it was such a battle to watch. We were following you guys for, I think, the last 9 or 10 laps as soon as you guys started coming closer to each other. Connor, did you want to ask any questions from the winner?
No, I'll put in my point of view, because he obviously, on his screen, it didn't show him the, what I saw. So, the Haas came into the pits, it didn't stop like you did, and then he came out, and it kind of stopped, and it was weird, and then he left the session, but his car was still there. But on your screen, from what you showed us, it shows no car, but his car was actually stuck in front of you, and then all of a sudden it glitched and just went away. It just disappeared out of nowhere. And then you were able to go again. But through all of that, and through all, you know what, that could have really hurt you, because you could have just, got in your mind, oh god, what have I got to do? I got to overwork. You just took your time. You basically passed everyone that you needed to, and you had a phenomenal start to finish. Brilliant win. Definitely going to see more of you in here, so brilliant, man. That's just all I can say is brilliant.
Thank you.
Alright, well, congrats to Tasmanian Purpose Assassin, incredible performance in his first race in TCR in Platinum class, and also congratulations to 007 Professional, the 3 podium finishers here in round 1 of Platinum class of Season 11 of Trinity Competitive Racing here at Bahrain. What an incredible race that was. I cannot wait now to see what's going to happen for the rest of the season between all of these drivers here. As I've already mentioned, guys, check out the link in the description if you want to sign up for the link. Check out the link to our shop to buy some stickers, or make sure you qualify for the giveaway for the stickers that we're giving away this week for the season opener. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet, share it out on one of your social medias, and just tag us in it. That's it, and then you qualify. So then we will draw those off tomorrow, but that's pretty much it for week 1 of Trinity Competitive Racing. Connor, let's get your opinion on week 1 across all 3 classes, and especially tonight's race.
Alright. You know what? Every class showed that it's going to be a very, very interesting season. We are going to have different guys competing in gold, different guys competing in silver, different guys competing in basically platinum. We're going to have a bunch of different winners this year, I believe. I believe the competition for every class is just that much more heightened, and basically it's just so much better. So what I think is it's going to be a very close between each tier, and I think it will come down to ultimately when it's in the States or Mexico for when the championship will be decided.
Alright, well, that sounds like a thriller to me, so definitely stay tuned to that. We will be back next week with round 2 in France, and that's going to kick off on Tuesday with silver class, Wednesday for gold, and platinum on Thursday. Every night of those 3 days, it's always at the same time, around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you tune in to that. But from myself, from BLIN-MACHINE, from Connor, thank you to all the drivers, thank you to all of the viewers, everybody who's been watching throughout this week. Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to see that TCR is back again with this brilliant, exciting season, and as Connor mentioned there, it's gonna be an absolute thriller. So make sure you tune into that. Another quick shout out, of course, to our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. Check out the link in the description for that as well. Basically, we've got a bunch of links in our description. All of them lead to really good places. Make sure you check them out. So from BLIN-MACHINE, from Connor J. Law, from all of the Platinum drivers here tonight, thank you guys so much for watching. Join us next week on Tuesday for another week of TCR Racing, and we will see you then. So have a great night, stay safe, and yeah, take care, everyone.